One of the biggest mistakes that I see with cold outreach marketers or business development reps is that they're treating their outreach, their net new outreach, they're treating it as a marketing channel and not an entire sales funnel. And I'm going to walk you through what I mean in this video. I'm also going to show you exactly the adjustment that we use to multiple marketing processes inside of one funnel to be able to convert multiple 6 figures and 7-figure deals pretty much automatically. This is something that we've rolled out across many different industries. And since January 1st of this year, January 1st to June 1st of 2026, we've collected $5.8 million cash collected revenue for our clients using these principles. So I know it works, and this is all through outreach. And a lot of our clients, they're vendors of retail brands, vendors of CPG brands, vendors of food service brands, OEM, power generation manufacturers, specialty manufacturers. There's data center developers in there. We have clients across a bunch of specialty niches. And so these principles, they still work. So if you want to close deals from your cold outreach, instead of just getting a bunch of positive responses and then never booking any calls or getting people to actually opt in and then meeting with them and then getting deals closed after that, then this is for you. So pretty much what's happening is you're skipping steps. All right. So if let's just go with an advertising funnel. So this is a typical ad funnel. You have your ad, you create the ad, you put it on Instagram, and then the lead clicks the ad and they go to a landing page, and then they opt in / book a call, and then your sales process starts. So then you have a discovery call, and then you have your pitch call, and then hopefully your sales team can pull one in and close that deal. Now, that's a funnel. And usually if your business is worth a damn, you're usually sending out some homework in between these calls, which is like case study emails, like reasonings why people should do things, this, that, and the other. Now, there's a nuance to designing an entire sales process, an entire sales funnel. But with cold email, this is the biggest mistake. And I'm drawing this out so you can visually see this. You send an email. I'm just going to draw a little email thing here. You send a cold email and you just try to get onto a booked call. And then if you're successful, let's just say you get onto a discovery call, you now have to, if you just look at this, if one prospect was doing like the same funnel, right, from one business to the next, look how much more content and time and information that prospect A would be, like if they're going through that ad funnel, how much more they would have than the cold email funnel, like a ton. And the interesting thing about cold email is you're interrupting that person's day. They're in their email inbox when they're reading your email. As far as they're actually doing things, they're like trying to clear their inbox. They're going through their email and they're like trying to get things done. Or they were doing something and then your email popped up and you're like, oh, right? Like you're like, what's this? So what's interesting about advertising in Instagram and Facebook, the lead is not doing anything at that moment in time. So you can distract them and then they don't feel like you're robbing them of their time. They can devote more time to it. So what I'm trying to say though, in this particular cold email funnel that we see so many different business development reps do, we see so many sales teams do this, we see so many cold email marketers do this, you're skipping steps. You are skipping so much. And that is why you're not closing deals. We've closed from January 1st to June 1st of this year, 2026, $5.8 million in cash collected revenue for our clients with a cold email and cold LinkedIn strategy. Now, our deal sizes are fairly large for our clients. We have vendors of retail, CPG, beverage, also OEM, specialty manufacturers of power generation equipment, specialty manufacturers that are different than that, more B2B specialty manufacturers, packaging. We have all kinds of different clients, and these strategies all work the same across it. And why do they work? Because it's a human on the other line, and humans all have the same things that they want to know. And they also all operate pretty much the same way when they're interested in something. So the interesting thing about cold email, and what I'm trying to say, and this is something that you most likely have tried with cold email, because this funnel right here doesn't work anymore. It doesn't, because you're skipping too many steps. The prospects, when they do get on a call, they're extremely skeptical. They're very cold. It's not worth, if I send an email and just ask somebody to get on a call, it's going to be a waste of both of our times now, because they have no idea what we do. And now I'm going to have to spend my time explaining it. I'd rather not do that. I'd rather spend my time actually fulfilling for them, right? I don't want to actually have to start convincing prospects to start working with us. No, you should have your marketing do that, right? So cold email, this is something that a lot of people have tried now to implement. And the reason this doesn't work, And it is kind of nuanced, and I think it'll be an interesting finding. So they've tried a cold email and then offered to send a landing page. And on that landing page has all this information and case studies and testimonials and stuff. And then on that landing page, they're expected to watch and then book a call. So it's the same mechanic as the video sales letter, VSL book a call funnel that's from the advertising campaign. But what's different about this particular strategy is you interrupted their day with a cold email. Then you sent them a landing page that might be customized to them, might not be customized to them, and they are not interested enough yet from your cold email to go through it. Some people get success with it if they have a really good cold email and the landing page is totally targeted to what that person is feeling right now and they're super interested in it. But what's interesting, and this is the nuance of it, people will consume the amount of information as correlated to how interested they are in that thing, okay? So people will consume information at the rate that they are interested in that thing. Perfect example of this is if I sent you an hour-long video going through our entire video pitch strategy. If I sent it to you right now, would you watch the entire thing? Probably not. You don't know what the hell a video pitch strategy is, and you don't understand like what the significance are of it. You just don't know. And so what I'm saying to you is you don't have enough information to care about that yet. But if I say to you, look, this hour-long video pitch strategy that we used literally was the thing that helped us close a $1.2 million deal start to finish for one of our clients, $1.2 million in their bank account in 13 weeks, start to finish. It details out everything here, all the principles that you need to know, everything you want to know about it, how to execute it for yourself. Do you want it? Yeah, you probably would. But even then, you probably wouldn't even watch the full hour of that particular video. So I can get you to probably watch a little bit more of it. I can get you to probably give me a little bit more time of it by explaining a little bit more. But you have to understand that people will consume information directly at the rate at which they are interested in it. And so what you need to understand is you need to continue to play with that meter. It's like the more interested you get somebody, the more information that you can get them and the more interested they could probably become. So it literally is a funnel. And so as your funnel, I'll literally draw a funnel. Nah, that's a bad funnel. Let me just erase that. So when you're designing a funnel, if a lead starts up here and they're unaware, and then they become problem aware, and then they become solution aware, I can then give them more information here, info, but then I can give them like info times 5 here, right? Because they're now solution aware. They're starting to get very interested in what we have to say. They already know they have a problem, and then now they know what the solution is. And then so all this information, I can then give them so much more because they know they have a problem and they feel like that is well worth their time and attention down here. But if I try to give this information up here, they just will not consume it. That's the difference, okay? So that nuance is why this funnel doesn't work. So what is the actual strategy that you should be using with your cold outreach? So this is what we've used to close that $5.8 million start to finish, January 1 to June 1st, 2026. $5.8 million cash collected in our clients' bank accounts. Cold email, and then what we will actually send them is a quick Loom video, personalized. And then once they watch that video, once they actually consume that video, we have a notification set up. Because remember, once they start to consume this, I can take anybody from unaware to problem aware. And once they consume this, we get that notification. And then I send over what we call is a proof page, which has more info on it. This has our client capabilities. This has past examples. This has a portfolio, FAQs, a million different things. And this page right here is now just this long proof page of this personalized video that we did. And we're sending it after they consume it because I know that we have a little bit more interest in them. And so now, or that we have a little bit more, we earned a little bit more of their interest. And so this proof page kind of answers a lot of those questions. And then what happens is with this proof page, we're oftentimes able to invoke a lot more problems and a lot more issues that they most likely are facing to get them to book a call. And so then that booked call, it's an extremely warm discovery call. That our clients, they very rarely have to spend their time explaining their capabilities on the discovery call. It actually comes on, the leads that we book our clients, they come onto the call and just immediately start spilling their guts around the problems that they're currently facing with their current vendor. That's literally how it goes. And so The difference between the strategy that you have and the strategy that we have is we will use a personalized lead magnet to deliver that information. Now, I'm not saying you have to use a Loom video. Get creative about this. Look at the actual nuance of this particular strategy. It's almost like I'm giving you baby food of information just to get you more interested so I can get you to take the entire meal. Let's say you're not hungry at all or your dog's not eating at all. You want to give them a little bit of, you give them a spoon of their food. They eat a little bit of it. They're like, dang, that tastes good. And then they eat the entire bowl. That's what we want to do with cold outreach. That's how you have to do it with cold outreach. It's almost, instead of just the dog, you're trying to feed your neighbor's dog and they don't trust you yet. They don't like you. They don't know you yet. So you start off with just a spoonful of the dog food and you give them a little bit of lick. And they're like, whoa, that tastes really good. I don't really care if you're a complete stranger. Now let me eat that thing. So you can get creative. Personalized Loom video. Another really good one right now is a personalized, concise PDF. So it's cold outreach, personalized, concise PDF. Then you get them onto a proof page. That is when you'll get them on a booked call. And you're not fighting them to get on a booked call anymore. They know that you're legit from your capabilities, your portfolio, everything that you need is already on there. So this strategy right here that you see, like, we're looking at it as an entire sales process and not just a one method and one trick. And so if you're struggling to actually close deals from your cold outreach, I believe wholeheartedly that you are missing a step. You're not giving enough information or not dressing your offer in a way that is that spoonful of dog food to the neighbor's dog. Try to get them to eat your dog food. You're not letting them, you're not giving them enough to get interested, and then you're not giving them the rest of the dog food so they can consume it and really buy into what you have to sell. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you comment and subscribe. I enjoy making these things, and we're just getting better and better at this. I promise I'll continue to get better with time, but I hope you enjoyed this video. All right, Ryan Ogren, Money Make Marketing. Talk soon.